Why does your calorie deficit look perfect on paper, but you do not have the lean physique results to show for it? Well, in this video, I'm revealing the 5 biggest mistakes that are silently stopping your progress. And I'm ranking them all with the help of some big fitness names, so you can get lean without the gym bro routine. Now, we've got Jeff Nippard, and we're going to rank these takes from that bottom tier, that gym bro noise tier, to all the way to the top, the undeniable winners. So by the end, you'll know exactly what works and what's holding you back. Alright Jeff, what's this red flag with cardio?
So I can help prevent people from setting unrealistic expectations about what cardio can do on its own. And from a fat loss standpoint, I think cardio should be used like a supplemental tool that assists your diet rather than the engine of fat loss itself.
Wait, Jeff is saying treat cardio as a supplement for fat loss. But why?
In other words, if you burn 2,500 calories over the course of a week through cardio, so something like 5-hour-long walks on the treadmill, and did nothing with your diet, you'd expect to lose about 0.7 pounds based on the math, but would only actually lose 0.14 to 0.36 pounds, so about a quarter to a half of what you'd expect.
So what is Jeff really saying? Well, this massive study just revealed that we compensate for 28% of the calories that we burn during cardio, meaning only 72% of the calories that you burn through cardio actually count towards fat loss. And why? Well, your body adapts. It simply just gets better at cardio, which means if you're relying on cardio alone for fat loss, you're going to have to work 28% harder than you expected. But are cardio calories the only numbers that you can't trust? Well, are you tracking food intake like a MyFitnessPal Pro, scanning every label and weighing every gram? Well, the FDA has something to say about that. You see, food labels, they do not have to be accurate. By law, food companies are actually allowed a 20% margin of error. So that means if you think you're eating 2,000 calories, it could actually be 2,400. And 400 calories extra per day over a week, that is 2,800 calories. Nearly 1 pound of fat gained without you even realizing it. So your carefully calculated calories in versus calories out equation, yet it's not as simple or as reliable as it looks. So what is the real fix? You have to stop obsessing over exact numbers and instead focus on trends. 1. Is your weight trending down over time? 2. Are your clothes, are they fitting looser? 3. Do you actually look different in shirtless progress photos? And 4. Are you getting stronger week to week in your training sessions? Yeah, numbers matter, but relying on them alone, a guaranteed way to stay frustrated, which is why just blindly following the numbers, that's got to go straight into the hit or miss tier. Now we've got Derek Simnet, and he's not just talking about a vegan approach. Derek is taking it one step further.
So my first experience with celery juice, I get up in the morning, I make the juice, a huge glass of it, I drink about half of it down, and then my stomach starts to gurgle and it starts to rumble. I run to the bathroom and I unloaded.
Yeah, that sounds fun. So naturally, after experience number 1, Derek wanted to check if this was, normal. And wouldn't you know it, the doctor behind the celery juice magic has an explanation.
This is a normal detox reaction that some individuals who have higher levels of toxins may experience. Celery juice will kill off unproductive bacteria in the gut and will also help purge the liver. This can result in loose stools as the body pushes out the toxins.
Yeah, so let's break this down. Now, this dude, he's calling himself a psychic medical medium. And this is that classic BS formula. Step 1, they claim there's something wrong with you. Congratulations, you're toxic. Step 2, they actually frame it as a good thing because detox, right? And step 3, since there's this real physical reaction, it actually feels like it's working. And I see this exact mindset with my new clients all the time. They get obsessed with finding the healthiest foods because people do not want to be that guy just chugging down protein shakes all day. So instead, they see these fake gurus shouting about these magic foods, from celery juice to acai enemas or golden turmeric shots. And this is where things go badly wrong. Wrong way 1, over-focusing on micronutrients. This leads to that classic, I eat healthy but I can't lose weight. Or worse, why do I just look like a smaller version of my previous fat self, aka skinny fat? Or wrong way 2, over-focusing on macronutrients and ignoring the micronutrients. Sure, you hit your protein targets, but your physique will not last if your health suffers. Case in point, if you obsess over healthy foods but you don't hit your leucine threshold of 2.5 to 3 grams from high quality protein per meal, then no muscle protein synthesis and 0 gains. Or you only eat chicken and rice and you ignore essential micronutrients like magnesium, then that's 300 enzymatic processes disrupted, including muscle contractions and nerve function. So 0 gains too. It's not about just eating healthy, and it's also not about living off chicken breast and protein shakes. It's about balancing your macros and micros with a rotating variety of foods. So this whole magical food approach, yeah, straight into the gym bro noise tier. And as for Derek, let's spin that wheel of gym bro justice. What's going to happen to Derek? Gym bro, banished. And take your celery juice with you. And if you're struggling to get lean or you're frustrated at a lack of results, every week I block out 2 hours for free 10-minute calls just to help my YouTube viewers fix their fitness plans. No strings attached, just straight up advice. You cannot sign up for coaching on the call. This call is purely to get you unstuck. So if that's what you need to start making real visible progress, it's first come first served, so click the link to find out more. Now, Mario is dropping a truth bomb that no one talks about.
They don't realize that their calorie deficit is actually a moving target. So as you lose weight, your body will adapt and you will be burning less calories.
And this is exactly why some people, they see progress at first, and then out of nowhere, suddenly they hit a wall. But they are not actually stuck, it's just this.
And not everyone adapts the same way. As a coach, over the last 8 years, I worked with many clients who had very adaptive metabolisms. So to continue losing fat, we sometimes had to go much lower in calories than was predicted by most calculators.
This is a game-changing insight. If you start strong but then you struggle to get lean, it is because it's actually harder for you. And this is exactly where the gym bros, they get it all wrong. They make it sound so simple. Just eating a 500 calorie deficit every day for the week and that's 1 pound of fat loss per week, boom, done. But if you've actually got an adaptive metabolism, the number is way off. So how do you actually account for an adaptive metabolism without turning it into a crash diet? Well, you just have to track the right things. 1, calorie intake. I know, tracking sucks at first, but if we do not have this daily calorie number, then we're guessing even more than the FDA already wants us to. 2, daily weight, but averaged over the week. This simply smooths out the fluctuations from bloating, water, glycogen, and stress. 3, waist measurements. If your weight is dropping, but your belly circumference is not, you're doing it wrong and you're losing muscle. 4, visual progress in the mirror. The ultimate progress check. What evidence do you actually have staring back at you? Having the full picture is critical to see what's supposed to be happening versus what's actually happening. Sure, you can make progress without tracking these 4 variables, but you would be relying on luck to get truly lean. And that's why this goes straight into the strong contender tier. Now we've got Brownie and his friend tackling that old school phrase, you cannot outtrain a bad diet. But is that really true?
The average man eats and burns around 2,500 calories a day.
But some people like The Rock plan an insane cheat day where they eat an absurd amount of calories.
And I never plan in a full cheat day where I eat those epic foods, but I found an excuse.
Alright, so it's indulgence time. But Brownie and his friend, they're not just eating 10,000 calories, they're burning all 10,000 back off. So let's skip to the end and see how this plays out.
Can you please grab the last brownie? Less 1,000 calories.
So yeah, by the end, he's so exhausted he can't even speak. Fair play to them though, they both did it. And in the real world, here's how this exact scenario plays out for most people. They go out for dinner, they have a main meal, share some sides, and have a couple of drinks. But without even realizing it, they're 4,000 calories deep. And what's the instinctive reaction? I'll just burn it off. Because even if you hit the gym the next day, or grind through hours of cardio, you're still playing a game of catch up that you will not win. And even if you do catch up like Brownie, that insane energy output leaves you feeling drained, starving, and boom, you're back on that binge restrict roller coaster. So what's the fix? It is not about avoiding eating out. And it is not about cutting out all the foods that you love. You see, a big indulgent meal with sides and drinks, yeah, that can be 4,000 calories. Brutal to recover from. But just one semi-indulgent meal with one drink, just 1,000 calories. And that's so easy to account for in your plan. And you still get to enjoy eating out while getting lean. So the real secret, stop treating indulgence like an all or nothing cheat day mindset. Instead, think of it as a sliding scale. And when you control that balance, you win. So trying to outtrain a bad diet, obviously that's some gym bro noise. And it can be exactly why you think you're in a deficit, but nothing's changing. So for Brownie, we've got to spin that wheel of gym bro justice. Gym bro, thrown. Get out of here with your outtrain a bad diet nonsense. And if you're new here, my name is Tim. I'm a food scientist and personal trainer, now based in Austin, Texas. I specialize in helping guys hit 10 to 15% body fat without letting fitness take over their life. So if you want to get fit, look fit, and still have a life outside of the gym, you're in the right place. And if you're getting value from this video, and you want to train with me live and get your personal fitness questions answered, then go ahead and subscribe. Now it's my turn, and I've got the number one thing that messes guys up when they're trying to get lean. Here's the problem. You've probably got a thick layer of body fat covering all your muscle definition. So the biggest visible change is fat loss, not muscle gain, because you cannot see the muscle you're building yet. So let's take your average guy, 200 pounds and 30% body fat. Each week, he sees a smaller version of himself in the mirror, but no visible definition to show for it. And so at some point, he just thinks, what a load of I may as well have taken Ozempic. And then a few weeks in, the scale starts to slow down. And now he's thinking, this, I'm not even losing fat anymore. But here's the truth. He is losing fat, he is building muscle, he just cannot see it yet. Not until he's below around 15% body fat. And this is exactly why most guys fall off track before they ever get lean. So how do you actually know if you're doing it all right? First off, do not trust those in-body machines or any other bioimpedance device. They are horrendous at tracking skeletal muscle mass changes. Instead, track what actually matters. 1. Strength to weight ratio. And we simply use push-ups and pull-ups for this. Because as your weight drops, these both get easier. And why does this matter? Because absolute strength, it might drop in an aggressive deficit. But if your relative strength is increasing, you're still making progress. And 2. Absolute strength on 4 key movements. A lower body push like a squats variation, a horizontal push like a floor press, a horizontal pull like a row, and a hinge movement like a deadlift. Building muscle in a deficit is an ultimate mind game. But if you're getting stronger, your body is changing. So do not stop. Stick with it because this is actually how you get lean. So building muscle in a deficit, undeniable winner tier for this. And for more coaching tips, watch my video here.